one of the biggest discussions here today at the Nagaland Legislative Assembly was the Naga political issue, where many MLAs spoke in regard to this and all in favor of wanting a solution as soon as possible. Now, during his closing remarks, the leader of the House, that is Nipurio, the Chief Minister of the state, said that they have every right to speak for the people and that they have a voice. And he has requested the NPGs, the Naga political groups, to be transparent on what they are discussing as well, and also their competencies as well. Now, he has also said and stated that the public will be the pressure group in this, in regard to the Naga political issue. And he has also said, just like how the government of Nagaland has an oppositionless government, he has also said that the 26 Naga political groups should come together in unity and also be oppositionless. Let's have a look.
This discussion today on the Rule 50 discussion on urgent public importance on Naga political issue. I am extremely happy that all the speakers who have spoken with a very good intention and with clarity. They have enlightened us with historical facts and also the experience. It has attributed a lot of highlighting and events, and also give us guidance how to deal with our Naga political issue. Here, Mr. Kazalezo Nino, Dr. Shi, Dr. Sokato, Kaito A, Mkong L. Imjin, Chumbe Mokikon, Timor Den Chang, Juanga Seth, Dr. Nisato Mero, Rishito, and Naiba Konyak, Nimni Konyak. My expression, my happiness and my appreciation to all of them. We are all aware of the history of the Naga political movement. And all of them, most of you, have touched a very pertinent issues and also the sequence of our Nagas and its political movement. You are aware, we are Naga Hills. When the Britishers first came to Naga Hills, way back in 1832-33, we resisted the encroachments to our territory, and we have no kingdom or even tribes organized. But our villages and their neighboring friendships, they combine, help one another, and fought. When East Indian Company came to India, that was before the British government. The king, who had the authority. Now, when they came to India, India was never a kingdom, never a nation. It was a subcontinent having, I believe, as many as 562 princely states. And very few resisted. Some king, they fought very ferociously, but lost, and most of them surrendered the kingdom to the British. But for Nagas, though we were not organized, we fought with them till 1889, the last fight in Kodama battle. So, as we understood, Asolo, the first Naga Hill administrative center in Asolo 1855. Then they shifted to Samagutin. We call it Nichara Gate these days, and Chamukedima Hill section, 1866. Then from there they went to Okha in 1875 and came back to Kohima in 1879. And in 1879, the subdivision outpost was also taken to Mokokchung from Okha. So in this, about 50 years, the Naga warriors, with their dao and spears, or whatever weapon they could collect, they fought. Many Naga leaders, warriors, they were killed. They fight in different villages like Kohima, Ikrama, or even in Lotha area. Various fightings. Their British political officials were also killed. And I think, Kodama, that political officer, Mr. Daman, his memory stone is still erected. And for that, we Nagas, we were recognized. That we are a people, we are different, our culture, tradition, our customary laws. Though they came and ruled our Naga country, they did not interfere into the local administration. In fact, they gave protection to the hill tribals. And that's how in 1873, Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation Act was passed. That plain people are prohibited to come to Naga Hills. They cannot come and buy land, house, or any immovable properties. The valuable items of ancestors, if they buy and carry it also, there will be imposed fine and also jailed. So they have protected us. And that British legacy, when Naga got statehood in 1960, 16-point agreement, the British legacy of Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation 1873 was introduced in 16-point agreement, clause 60. That's why today we're enjoying that legacy. Now, many have expressed themselves very well, enlightened the history. I will not go back to all those things. That's why, as an elected representative of our people, we are concerned. And from the beginning of the assembly, though the 16-point agreement signed, as Achumbima has stated, they are called the undergrounds, the Naga groups call NPC as messengers. Signing should have been done by the NNC, like how it was done in 9-point agreement with NNC. But maybe they could not convince them and our people were suffering. That's how it might have signed. And though we like it or not, till today, it has sustained our society. And today we are in this assembly under the Constitution of India, taking oaths. And as a facilitator, as mentioned, we have a very limited role to play. In fact, before much have been done. Even the 16-point agreement of integration of Naga contiguous area. Also, the House, Nagaland Legislative Assembly, had passed resolution on 6 occasions. And all the 6 resolutions on integration, it was unanimous. Not even a single member opposed. And today, that integration of Naga contiguous area is also under the competencies being discussed. And that's how, even when I took over the government as Chief Minister, we had formed the Joint Legislative Forum, JLF, since 2009. And we have made a significant steps towards achieving our objective of peaceful solution to the Naga protracted issue. And even this ceasefire and dialogue has taken some positive steps, because we have seen that signing of framework agreement on 3rd August 2015 with IM and the agreed position with the NPG on 17 November 2017 has raised hope of lasting peace in our state. And we acknowledge the hard work and relentless efforts of the leaders of tribal bodies, civil societies and church organizations, the state government and all of us, the legislators, from the treasury bench or the opposition, both forming this joint legislative forum. Even on the eve of 58th State Day of Nagaland, while extending greetings to the people of the state, the then Governor R.N. Ravi, in his message mentioned that the people of Nagaland are anxiously waiting for the new dawn with the reaching of common understanding on all issues on the table and conclusion of talks on 31st October 2019. So this has given us hope, and we were extremely happy. But till today, though we have taken a lot of consultations to find solution with the tribal whole civil societies, senior citizens, church leaders, all concerned. And I'm informed that 6 times inside this house we pass on resolution on the Naga political issue, and outside the house 5 times, total 9 times. And in the discussion, the people, the voice, and the resolutions are very clear. Even this time, the 5th session, this session of the 14th Assembly, as we had constituted the Political Affairs Committee and the Political Consultative Committee, which meeting we held yesterday, 28th of August, including 60 members, including 2 members. On this, yesterday also we had a very good discussion. And as mentioned, we should come together and oppositionless government, that means 60 members in the government from different political parties, to be precise about 9 parties. Congress don't have family. So in the House is 9 political parties running oppositionless government, and in the political consultative meeting and the Lok Sabha MP from Congress, they are fully participating. In this, as I mentioned and other speaker also mentioned, we may say many things, but the Naga groups, they even call us as unmandated government, because their Naga movement is another issue. But for today, under the Constitution of India, we are elected members and we have every right to voice and to speak out the voice of the public. Therefore, we had already several meetings of Political Affairs Committee. We had meetings with the political parties consultative committee, and therefore the next meeting will be a joint meeting with the civil societies, tribal hosts, churches, and senior citizens, concerned people. Here, in all these 9 resolutions passed inside and outside, and also on integration 6 times, I think in almost all the resolutions with civil societies, we always mention a political solution that is inclusive, honorable, and acceptable to the Naga people. So how this complicated Naga political issue, we ourselves are giving a kind of condition, and how to make it inclusive, honorable, and acceptable to the Naga people. You are aware, our motto in the state logo is one simplest word and a universal word, most needed word, unity. So when Nagas can come together like today we are having oppositionless, let Naga groups have 26 groups, but they also should come together as oppositionless on the table of negotiation and take a decision. Because unless we come together, unless we unite, how our solution will have inclusiveness? And if there is no inclusiveness, how that agreement will be honorable? And if we don't get honorable, how it will be acceptable to the Naga people? Therefore, I think when we meet the civil societies and tribal leaders, our church, and our concerned citizens, we have to emphasize about time and again passing our resolution, a political solution that is inclusive, honorable, and acceptable. This should be thoroughly discussed. And as an elected, taken oath under the Constitution of India, we cannot do much because we are not negotiating. But we are carrying the voice of the people. So if Naga groups also, if they are mandated people, then they should listen to the voice of the people. I got a letter addressed to Amit Shah, Union Home Minister, Government of India. And in the letter, writing to him, which copy is given to all concerned, they mention chairman from one group, but I will just quote only one sentence. At the outset, the NSCN, since its inception, has sustained by a willful, meager contribution mandated by the Nagas to exert our acknowledged political right. That means they are mandated and that they can get any taxation by will or by force and came down, and if anybody challenging the NSCN could have invited capital punishment as enshrined in the NSCN Yazabo. So if they are working for the people and they claim that they have the mandate to ask their sustenance, but if the public, innocent public, cannot give or don't give capital punishment as enshrined in the NSCN Yazabo. Very dangerous. Is that the voice? Is that the mandate they got? That they can make a Yazabo and give any capital punishment? We are in a very difficult and dangerous situation. That's why, while dealing with them, civil societies or ourselves should politely and have serious discussion on these issues. Another point is, we are, as mentioned, elected, taking oath under the Constitution of India, and we are functioning in that. We are not negotiating party. So we will be very careful and will deal only what they had agreed, framework agreement. 3rd August 2015 and agreed position, 17th November 2017. And in the Lok Sabha election, the Congress has come out and mentioned that they will solve Naga political issue on the basis of agreement signed during 2013-2014. So I asked them, framework agreement, agreed position, and that agreement from the Congress, which was mentioned in the Lok Sabha election 2024. So with this thing, we will educate our civil societies, and we are requesting IM and MPG in their framework and agreed position. What are they discussing? What are the contentious issues? And what are the competencies? The competencies that they are discussing. What is that in that Congress agreed during 2013 and 14. And NMPG, of course, they have said that we have agreed and we are ready to sign. So it's a good sign. So we will work upon this and the competencies. Many of us and many people in the market and the discussion about the flag, the constitution, the integration, then in the passport, recognizing Nagas, a word Naga should be there. There are many competencies. We will study. We will also take consultation with them before we meet the civil societies, tribal leaders. And therefore, our role will be limited, but we represent the people, we carry the voice of the people, and we should convince the Naga groups. As Prime Minister mentioned, 80% agreed, let us take settlement. 20% which is not being understood or cannot negotiate, let us keep it for further discussion. Otherwise, if we don't have settlement now, and they should not say no because they have signed. We did not sign. And therefore, they should come and then we should try to find solution. Otherwise, 26 groups, though only 5 signed agreement with 10, 15 designated camps, all collecting tax and willful, meager for their sustenance contributions. It is no more collection for their sustenance, and public cannot survive on this. As Home Minister Mr. Y. Patton was saying this morning on law and order, the business community or the government servants or any farmers, because of taxation and collection, they cannot sustain. Particularly the non-Nagas who are doing business. Why today in Nagaland, there is not one industry, there is no manufacturing sector, and those who are doing, they are all really going away. And in discussion, in this condition, no investors will come. And on our own, if we do business, we don't know how to do, we will not progress, and there will be more and more quarrel among us. We want to chase away all others, but because of people coming, doing construction works, doing all the technical jobs, we are surviving well. And once we learn, we are in a position to do, then if they are unemployed, if they cannot run business, they themselves will go away. We don't have to chase them out. But first we have to learn the trade. And even Nagas, they are taking out their savings, investing outside the state. That what will become the common man? And therefore, it is definitely time, unless we take a settlement, what we our negotiators are agreed, and public also voice. Public will be the pressure group. And therefore, I think Naga people have been longing for genuine peace, and they look earnestly for a solution that will pave the way for all round progress and development of the state. On behalf of our 60 members, the House again appeal to all Naga political groups and all stakeholders to be sensitive to the deep yearning of the people and continue with their sincere efforts to ensure that the solution is reached without any further delay. A political solution that is inclusive, honorable, and acceptable to the Naga people will usher in an era of faster economic growth, greater investment, and bring greater employment opportunities for our youth and all-round development and progress to our people. So, I'm extremely happy, just not in the name of opposition-less government, but all are very firm to resolve the Naga issue. I can see from our discussion yesterday, today. So God help us. Today, we're not going to pass any resolution, but highlighting our concern, and with this unity, we'll go and have meeting with the civil societies, NGOs. Thank you. God bless.